I vividly remember being a child sitting in the back of my parents' car driving from Traverse City to Suttons Bay every Christmas Eve. My mom grew up in Suttons Bay and my grandparents still lived in Suttons Bay at the time, and we lived in Traverse City growing up. And every Christmas Eve, we'd drive out there and spend time with all of my mom's side of the family, all the aunts and uncles and cousins and grandma and grandpa. And I remember as that kid sitting in that back seat thinking, this is the longest drive ever. Time as a kid seemed to stand still. What does it take from Traverse City to Suttons Bay? Maybe 20 minutes or something like that. Again, time seemed like that. And my parents always would say, I remember them from the front seat, they'd turn around and say, you just wait. As you get older, time always goes faster. And I thought, what do you guys know? I mean, come on, how does time go faster? And as a student, in school, you look out the windows and daydream, is this day ever going to be done? The days would drag on, the weeks would take long. And they were right though, as time goes along, it does just seem to go faster. And why am I saying this? Well, the topic here that I want to talk about is, are you 5 to 10 years away from retirement? And the reason I'm bringing this up is you're probably sitting there shaking your head about the time is, if you're 5 to 10 years away from retirement, it's going to be here before you know it, because time flies, doesn't it? As you age and those children have grown and maybe they're out of the house now, and time really seems to to pick up speed. So we don't have, that time's going to be here and it could be gone fast. So this is kind of the crunch time. If you're 5 to 10 years away, this is a sweet spot to really start nailing things down to finalize the plan. One, let's talk about, can you even realistically retire, and when will that be? And what do you need to do to kind of answer that realistic question? One, what are your expenses going to be? What is that budget going to look like? Don't forget, what is debt? What is medical, insurance premiums, medical costs going to be? Do you still have a mortgage balance? Do you still have child-related costs, whether that's schooling or caring for them? Do you have vehicle payments? All these sort of things. Make sure you're funneling that in. And then what is that cost today, but what is it going to look like in that 5 to 10 years for retirement? One, then what is that income going to need to be? Again, we just know what your expenses are. We're going to need the income to do that. What source is that income going to come from, right? Where is that going to go? And what is your plan? We talk about it time and time again on this show about plan, plan, plan. But now's the time, 5 to 10 years away, you need to have a plan. Not only from your investments and what you're putting away, but we need to start mapping this out. You've heard us talk about tax planning before. You've heard us talk about planning for income from like a health insurance perspective. All these other things. This is that time period where we start honing in on that. And if there's anything that needs to be changed, we have some time left to do that. It's limited with only 5 to 10 years left, but maybe we can adjust things enough to make sure that we can get you in that sweet spot. So if you can retire, we can retire as efficiently as possible. So let's back up for a second. 5 to 10 years away. If that's you, step one, ask yourself and look through these details, can you realistically retire? If you're unsure of that, give us a call. We'll help you through that process. We'll map out those things and walk side by side with you to determine if that is. 3, what needs to be adjusted in your plan that you're currently doing to where we can maximize something, make it as the most efficient as possible to set you up for the greatest chance of success in retirement. 4, do we need to make additions? Is there something you're just not doing at all that we have to add in to make sure to adjust this to do that? And finally, then set forth and enjoy. 5 to 10 years, one thing that's often talked about is maybe you're at the highlight or pinnacle of your career at this point. You want to get this planning done so you can enjoy those years. Oftentimes it goes beyond as your career and your work becomes a piece of you. It becomes part of your lifestyle. It becomes who you are. And there's something to be said as we enter retirement, we get closer to that. It's a big lifestyle change. And enjoying those last years of work is important. And you don't want to be stressed with the unknowns of retirement. And you want to be more confident with that. Give us a number on the screen. Give us a call at the number on the screen. We'd love to sit down with you for a no cost, no obligations visit here at Centennial Wealth Advisory so we can help you answer these questions so you can plan to retire well.